Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to create the first pod using our YAML file, a small manifest, which we are going to write right now. So that for writing that, please create a directory in OPT software. Now you know that this folder we have already created. Now in here, create a directory called pods, and then enter the pods directory once you have created. What we're going to do is we're going to create our first pod over here in this directory. And this directory, as this directory where we will be actually creating a very small pod right now, which will not have much details towards a lot of things. It has the one which we have seen, basic one.yaml. So this is the file name I'm going to give, basic1.yaml. So here I copy paste this. I'm also updating your document as well. So basic1.yaml file here, you can give it as YAML or YML. So both options you can actually give when you are creating this YAML file. So once this YAML file is created, so please make sure that this file has the proper indentation. So the spaces, the tabs should all be proper. So when you do the in a wrong way, like for example, let me show you. So when you don't have the correct way of pronouncing this particular configuration, when you do the cube control, apply -f basic1.yaml, you can see that there is an issue here. So there is a passing error over here. So the line number 9 did not find the expected key. So when you go and search for the line number 9, escape:9, you can see this is the one. So it is expecting something to be, some key to be following this, but then it's not formatted correctly. So you can see that right under the port, it should be one tab right under the port. So if you're in the port, one tab. And always remember a specific configuration will be starting with hyphen, and then it will not continue with hyphen, it will just go with this. So see, if you wanna take a course on YAML, and if you wanna take a course on JSON, you can do that. But this is the maximum I'm going to teach you in terms of the configuration. But later point of time, while we go forward, we can actually learn slowly how we are building a big manifest file and then configuring multiple services as part of one single file itself. But then until then, you have to be patient enough to understand and go by this. And do also remember one more thing. So that is also online. In online also you can actually check the correct spaces and everything. If you copy paste your YAML file into some online tools, which actually is available in Google. But do remember, those are something which is which can store your data. So do remember to change all your critical stuff which is related to your customer before you copy paste it on online helps or any kind of a form. Save and quit this file. Now run this one. Now you can see that the pod has been created. So cube control, same command, get pods. Now you can see that it's creating this container. It's just wait for another 5 seconds. Now after 12 seconds, this is completed. It has created your pod. So if you want to get some more details of that, you know the command O-wide. So when you give O-wide, you can actually get the IP address of this particular pod. If you want to know more details about the port number of the pod, you can always give cube control, describe pod, my -pod. Now, why I give like this is also one way. Rather than giving pod space, my pod, it will also work. This is another way to give it as well. So now I'm going to give enter and then just going to give that. So in this pod, you get information. Like what information? You will get information about the name of the pod, which namespace it belongs to. By default, it goes to default namespace service account default. Priority is 0. It's not prioritized. When which worker or the node it's assigned to, it's assigned to worker 2. As I told you, it can assign to any worker at this moment. And what is the IP address of that node? It gives 202. That's the IP address of that node. It is correct. Start time. Label, we have not labeled it. There's not donation. The status of this current pod is running. That's the IP address of your pod. And then we have not configured any port explicitly. We did add a container port 80 port number. So let's see if it's there. You can see that the port number is mentioned over here. Host port number is 0 because we are not given any host port number. This is the container ID. So it is using container D to contact with Docker, and it has created this container ID. You can also see the IP address assigned to this doc. You can see that the state ready is true. And you can see some information about where it is mounted for your file system, your volumes, which is defined for it. You can see the latest events over here. So the latest events are, it is scheduling. It's pulling the image, successfully pulled the image. It took about 11 seconds for it to pull the image. It created the container. Name is my container. So this is the detail which you have given. So if I just mention, copy paste this, just bear with me for a second. So you can see that my container is the name of your container. So that basically is what it is creating here. And you can see that it has started my container. So when we did the Docker pod command, it took about 12 seconds for it. So you can see that till 11.595 seconds, it was actually downloading this image. And it took about 1 second for it to start up the image. So this is phenomenal, right? So that's why people prefer containerized application more than anything else. So now that you understood that this is your pod explanation, and this is what actually it has happened over here. So this is just to understand what happened on the back end of this pod. Now you have a pod created. Now this pod is it's running over here, and it is running the default server. So now let's just try browsing this particular pod. You can see that it is working fine. Welcome to Nginx. So basically this particular pod is working fine. When I try to access this host IP address, it still works over here. So as you can see. All right. Thank you again for watching this video. On the next video, we will continue creating the next pod. And in that pod, we will be actually configuring 2 containers in it. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.